Welcome to the Official Personality Guru. INTPs live rich worlds inside their minds, which are full of imagination and excitement. Consequently, they sometimes find the external world pales in comparison. This may result in a lack of motivation to form and maintain relationships. INTPs are not likely to have a very large circle of significant relationships in their lives. They're much more likely to have a few very close relationships, which they hold in great esteem and with great affection. Since the INTP's primary focus and attention is turned inwards, aimed towards seeking clarity from abstract ideas, they are not naturally turned into others' emotional feelings and needs. They tend to be difficult to get to know well, and hold back parts of themselves until the other person has proven themselves worthy of hearing the INTP's thoughts. Holding knowledge and brain power above all else is important. The INTP will choose to be around people who they consider to be intelligent. Once the INTP has committed themselves to a relationship, they tend to be very faithful and loyal, and form affectionate attachments which are pure and straightforward. The INTP has no interest or understanding of game playing with regards to relationships. However, if something happens which the INTP considers irreconcilable, they will leave the relationship and not look back. Today, let's talk about INTP soulmate and best match, and how to find your ideal match. INTPs approach their intimate relationships quite seriously, as they approach most things in life. They take their vows and commitments seriously, and are usually faithful and loyal. They're usually pretty easy to live with and be around, because they have simple daily needs and are not overly demanding of their partners in almost any respect. While the INTP's internal life is highly theoretical and complex, their external life in comparison is usually quite simple. They like to keep the complexities of their external world to a minimum, so that they can focus their brain power on working through their theories internally. This makes them very straightforward, honest lovers with a love that is quite pure in its simple, uncomplicated nature. And when it comes to finding your soulmate or ideal match, some people hunt their entire lives for something they deem worthy. For others, this might not be something they're quite as open to, and they might have a more cynical mindset. The logical-minded people often try to find other answers for what a soulmate is, and may not even believe that they exist. For the INTP, this can be a complicated idea, something they often struggle back and forth with. They aren't as unfeeling and cold as people think. And for some INTPs, their inner hearts are drawn to the desire to share their lives with someone truly special. How about you? How do you find your best match, and how do you know that that person is ideal for you? Make sure to scribble your thoughts in our comment section for a chance to have your comment pinned. What a soulmate is to them. Well, on the surface, the INTP often attempts to make logical sense of everything. That doesn't mean they don't consider the idea of a soulmate and what it would mean to them. INTPs might even spend time searching this idea and how it could be explained in a much more logical manner. While they might not necessarily believe in the soulmate as one person they are fated to, they might have their own idea of what it means. They likely settle on something less dramatic than the belief that there is only one person for everyone. Instead, they might feel we can have more than one soulmate or person who is our ideal match. That doesn't mean the INTP can't think of this in a romantic sense, but to them, it seems much more hopeful and logical if this is something that you can find with more than one person. They likely see the soulmate as someone who sparks your emotion and makes you feel excited to grow with them. Someone who makes sense of their unique qualities and understands them like no one else. That idea of having someone who can see through their walls and understand them without constantly seeing what is on the surface is likely how the INTP views the soulmate. To the INTP, finding a person who not only understands them but appreciates what they see, someone who can communicate with them openly and clearly, this is a rather romantic notion of a soulmate to them. The war between heart and head. For the INTP, there is often quite the battle between their heart and their head. They are logical people who enjoy analyzing and looking at the facts, but they are also immensely curious people. They enjoy exploring different paths and things that don't have clear facts or proven evidence in front of them. They also can have a rather romantic and passionate soul, one which most people do not get to see. Underneath the many layers, the INTP can have a more sensitive heart than anyone else gets the chance to know. And this is the part of them that likely yearns for a soulmate or someone who can understand them. INTPs are often unsure of how to approach their inner emotions and might try their best to push them aside. They just don't naturally know how to deal with them, since they don't have facts or ways of applying logic to all of these feelings. Because of this, they do seem more direct and less emotional, but that doesn't mean the INTP doesn't feel things or care deeply about others. When it comes to finding their ideal match or their soulmate, the INTP does need to learn to open themselves up to this more. Of course, the right person is going to see beyond those walls and be willing to wait patiently for them to show themselves. But that doesn't mean they can wait forever. The INTP also needs to be receptive to love and find someone they can be themselves with, when they sense that someone is special and can't be trusted. Then, the INTP will do well to start letting down some of those walls. This doesn't mean they have to rush into something or open up right away, but it is important that they let themselves take a chance once in a while. Allowing themselves to find their match is completely necessary if they want to achieve this goal. Opening up is just part of the process when it comes to finding love. Be sure to watch until the end and share your experience to have a chance to have your comment pinned. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give us a like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the Official Personality Guru for more amazing videos. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay updated with our content. What they need. INTPs need someone who is patient and who does not smother them constantly. They need time to themselves and they need someone who understands where they are coming from. INTPs need space, but that doesn't mean they don't care and don't want to be close to their partner. Without having someone who understands why they need space, the INTP will start to resent this connection. Their soulmate is someone who can give them that time without making them feel guilty for it. Someone who can feel close to the INTP without constantly invading their need for time alone. They also need someone who simply understands how complex their minds are, and who doesn't judge the way they sometimes think way outside of the box. Someone who is in love with their mind and their spirit, and all of the many layers of who they are. The INTP will be the happiest with someone who is both warm and capable of being logical when needed. They don't need someone who is exactly like they are, but they do enjoy being with someone who can participate in some of the same hobbies. They want to share themselves with someone, but this process isn't an easy one for them. INTPs need patience and someone who doesn't find themselves constantly misunderstanding their intentions. Honesty is also vital for the INTP, far more so than even they are often aware of. They need someone who can be upfront with them and who doesn't hide things for the sake of their feelings.